Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be the Lego Batman movie, number 2 would be 50 Shades Darker, number 3 would be John Wick Chapter 2, number 4 would be Split, and number 5 would be Rings. And luckily, after having a lot of bad luck with predictions, I got 4 out of 5 of my predictions right. Very close to a 5, which is I'm happy with that. So let's go over what happened. Number 1, thank God, it's the Lego Batman movie. This weekend it made $55 million, and it was able to beat out 50 Shades Darker for the top spot. Thank God for that. That'll encourage them to not make so much smut and put it into movie theaters, I guess. And also on the worldwide charts, it had an opening of $92 million. So it already is past its $80 million budget, and it's working on its way of doubling that budget, and that's very good for this film. I'm glad that a lot of people went out to see it, even though it is kind of a drop from the Lego movie's opening weekend of like 69 million. It's 14 million less than that. But still, I think this movie is going to be a really big hit both domestically and worldwide. And then we'll probably get more Lego movies because we need more Lego movies because they're so great. At number 2, however, we have 50 Shades Darker. This weekend it made $46 million, and that is only on a budget of $55 million. But surprisingly, the most surprising part about it is that on the worldwide chart, it is at $146 million. It has already made over $100 million, and it's already doubled its $55 million budget. That's insane that people around the world actually want to go see this trash in theaters. I haven't even seen the movie, and I know it's complete garbage because I saw the first one, and I've seen the trailers for this, and it looks like the exact same thing, and I saw that like 10% Rotten Tomatoes score, or whatever it's at right now. It's like people actually want to go see this for some reason. I don't know why, but it is kind of encouraging to see that originally the first movie made $85 million on its opening weekend, and this time it dropped to $46 million. So at least not as many people went out to see it, but you could argue that those people took their kids to see Lego Batman. But you could also argue that some of the parents that went to see 50 Shades Darker haven't taken their kids to see Lego Batman yet. So I think both of these movies will be making a lot more money in the future. One of them I'm proud it will, but 50 Shades Darker, not so much. At number 3, we have John Wick Chapter 2, making more money than its original film opening weekend. It made $30 million this weekend, and on the worldwide chart, it has gotten $40 million, and its budget, conveniently, is $40 million, so it just got its budget back, and it just needs to make $40 million more to double it. That is fantastic for this film. I've heard so many great things about it, and I love the first movie so much, and I cannot wait to see this movie later today, because I am going to be seeing it later today, and I will have a review for it for you guys very soon. But moving on to number 4, which is Split. This weekend it made $9 million, and that adds to a total of $112 million. That is very good, and on the worldwide charts at $169 million. So it's only $31 million away from getting to the $200 million margin worldwide. I would love to see it get to $200 million. I would love to see that happen. And did you guys hear that they're probably going to be making a sequel to Split? Probably because of how successful the box office was, and I won't spoil the movie for you, but if you have seen Split, you should know why I'm excited for a sequel to this movie. But moving on to number 5, which wasn't Rings like I predicted, it was Hidden Figures, which is the last time Hidden Figures will be on here because, you know, there's 3 other movies coming out that'll push it out of the top 5 for sure. But this weekend it made $8 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $131 million. That is very good. Its budget was $25 million, so it's obviously like quintupled and other upled its budget by this point, and even on the worldwide charts is at $140 million, and that's pretty good for this movie. I'm glad that it made so much money at the box office. I'm glad it's been in the top 5 a lot. It is a really good movie, though it isn't like one of the best movies I've ever seen or anything. I still enjoy it. Like, there's definitely no reason people shouldn't go see it. It is a good movie. Anyways, number 6 was A Dog's Purpose. This weekend it made $7 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $42 million, and it has doubled its budget worldwide. It has gotten $56 million, and on a budget of 22, it has made $12 million more than its doubling point of 44. It's on its way to triple it. Will it be able to triple it while it's still in the top 10? Most likely. I mean, the movie actually is making a lot more money than I thought it would after the whole PETA scandal, which actually turned out to be not true, apparently. So I'm glad this movie's getting some attention out there. I still haven't seen it yet, but I would like to at some point. It looks like a heartwarming type film, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a generic dog movie. But anyways, number 7 is what I predicted to be number 5, Rings. This weekend it made $5,820,000, and that's on a domestic total of $21 million, and on the worldwide chart it is at 38 million. So it needs $12 million more to double its $25 million budget. I'm honestly not sure if it'll be able to do that. But maybe it will. Stranger things have happened before with movies, but it's just the movie has gotten like so negatively received, but it went from wherever it was last week to being number 7. So that just kind of tells me that people really don't care about this movie so much. So it probably won't be able to double its budget. We probably won't be getting any more Rings movies. At number 8, we have La La Land. This weekend it made $5 million, and that adds to a total of $126 million domestically. But on the worldwide chart, it is at $294 million. It's only $6 million away from getting to $300 million worldwide. Please let La La Land get to $300 million. I'm praying for this, man. I don't want it to leave the top 10 and me not go over it making $300 million. I want it to so badly. I love La La Land. But moving on, you probably already know how much I love the movie. At number 9, we had Lion, that movie you totally heard about. It made $4 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $30 million. And on the worldwide chart, it is at $44 million. So it tripled its budget, and it's on its way to quadruple it, which it just needs $4 million more to quadruple it. And that's pretty good for the movie. I still have not seen it yet, but I've heard good things. And that's all I'll say. Finally, at number 10, we have The Space Between Us. It didn't really drop too much. It opened at number 9 last weekend, and it only dropped to number 10. That honestly shocked me. It made only $1 million this weekend, and that's on a total of $6 million domestically, and on a budget of $30 million. That's not very good. But now it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. Now, this is going to be a little tricky because we do have a lot of movies coming out next weekend. And I'm going to say that number 1, I think, will be the Lego Batman movie again. I think that has an easy chance of getting number 1 again. I think number 2 will be 50 Shades Darker. I think those will stay at the same spots. Then I'm going to say number 3 will be A Cure for Wellness. Number 4 will be The Great Wall. And number 5 will be Fist Fight. I think Fist Fight is just going to be that comedy that kind of gets buried by other movies and barely anyone remembers it by the end of the year. And I think The Great Wall might unfortunately be that big summer type film that's coming out earlier before summer that becomes a huge flop. And hopefully that isn't the case because it looks kind of good. But anyways, what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave it in the comments below. And if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right then, I'm sorry. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.